Today we're going to take a trip around Hell's Revenge with a bunch of classic four-wheel drive vehicles. This all takes place during Easter Jeep Safari 2024. This is starting out in the parking lot, and actually this video is going to be a compilation of several different trips up Hell's Revenge. Because it's so close to town, when we'd finish another trail early, we'd run up and take a lap around Hell's Revenge. So we took, I think, 3 or 4 trips around Hell's Revenge that week. This is the entrance, the little fin that you drive on the entrance. I'm running this at a little quick time just to get through it, but I like showing the whole trail if I can. It's the first obstacle you come to. You can go around to the right, which is kind of the easy line, or the left is a little bit harder line. And Jeff Petrovich in his 1943 World War II Willys MB is taking these pictures from his dash cam. Takes a little bit harder line. Here comes Jesse Combs in his Series 1 Land Rover slipping by. Here's that little sneak by of Jesse. Here's some of the other guys coming up. Once again, this is from several different trips. I tried to combine them all in and get all our guys' pictures included in this. It's Ryan Maylock in his CJ2A. Dave Delight. It's Brian Evans in his highly modified 3A Blueberry. Just up from that obstacle is the dinosaur tracks. You always stop there and take a look at the dinosaur tracks. This little hill is a fun little warm-up. Just steep enough so that if there's any wet sand or anything, it makes it a little bit slippery. Tim Cooper in his Series 1 Land Rover. Trying to slow crawl it. Didn't have much grip that day.
That's weird. Sometimes you can and sometimes you're not able to. That's weird. Sometimes I've slowed crawled that before, and sometimes you can't. It's hard to understand.
It's like temperature and humidity.
I guess, I don't know.
Jesse Coombs calls his Series 1 Land Rover Sweet Pea.
That would help.
Now we're getting into some of the sort of classic Hell's Revenge big sand domes. First time I climbed this one, I thought I would die when I hit that little ridge right there that he's on. This little obstacle is one that people oftentimes drive by. Just a little bit left of the regular trail. But it's a fun little test. Jason Harris in his 2A. This is Peter Vollers in his CJ5. Brian Mailer, his 2A. Dave Delight again, and Brian. Oh, there's one of the tour rigs. They have kind of stadium seating in the back, and they carry people around if you want to go see Hell's Revenge but don't want to drive. Jump in with one of those guys. There's another spot here where we're coming down off this drop right here, and the main trail kind of continues on to the left. We're going to turn off to the right. There's another little play spot and a neat view of that canyon you can see right ahead of us. So right here, instead of continuing down to the left, we turn off to the right. You can jump out here and walk over and look at the canyon. It's very beautiful and awesome. You continue it around a little. If you do a little loop right here, then you can climb this other little challenging spot. Here I am in my 1948 CJ2A Grandpa's Jeep. You can see that the sand there is pretty wet that day. In fact, we had some rain and even a little bit of the snow.
There is a lot
Just
of
a
dirt
tiny
on it.
little bit. So the sand sticks to your tires and gets up on the rock.
You're getting it cleaned off.
Had to back up and give it a really good bash to make it up that thing.
Good job, Stan. Whoa, 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 yeah. Don't dump it. Good job, Dave. You had it, Pete. You were up.
This is a spot where our good friend Travis Budge put his Jeep on its side right here.
You got it.
But Peter does a fine job getting up it. Exit out to the right through that sandy bottom, and you can go back up the way we came in and then turn right on the regular main trail. One of my favorite things about Hell's Revenge is there's so many optional obstacles that you can try or not try. spot here is a place you can go up on top of this fin or ridge and walk over and look at the Colorado River if you want to. Or it's just fun to climb up there and come back down, which is what we're doing here because we've walked over there quite a few times in the past. Once you come back down from this spot, you have the option to go down to Hell's Gate. There's kind of a big open flat area, and then you go to the Hell's Gate entrance if you want to. And here we are driving down the Hell's Gate entrance. Very steep. You can get slippery too with sand on it. I've been on this before going slow and locked my tires up totally and still kept sliding down this thing. Then you just swing around this little loop and you come to the Hell's Gate obstacle. Basically climb back up. The trick on this most of the time is to kind of try and drive it so you keep your hood level. But sometimes right here you have to get up a little further on this wall to the passenger side, or you slide down like that, which can sometimes scrape the side of your vehicle. Just depends on how much sand is on there. The more sand, the farther up you need to get on the right-hand wall. This is my run up Hell's Gate, and you can see a little bit of snow flurries, making it pretty slippery, and I slid down off the wall.
Well, if he asked him if he wanted to spot it going down, he said, nope, I'm out. Hey. Yeah, we need to stop anybody coming up. Anybody from our group coming up.
Good line.
We got Willie coming back because he didn't get video. See Willie, is he around? Yeah, he's the last one.
This guy got too high up on the wall, got in trouble. This Alan Kohler in his 3A Thumper. Jesse Coombs had 2 rigs in Moab this week. His second rig was this World War II MB he calls Brutus, and he let Tim Cooper drive it up Hell's Gate. Then here's Jesse and his other rig, Sweet Pea.
Barbecue sauce.
Dave Gonzalez calls his flat fender Granny Low.
All right, barbecue sauce.
This guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, Huckleberry's with us. No, this guy's not with us. He's really. So this gladiator behind him is us. And then Willie's us. Yeah, that's us. Is this guy with us? No. I think it's bad. He's fucking down. This phone is fucking down.
After Hell's Gate, you got a few more fins and ups and downs to drive on. Headed over to where it's called the hot tubs are. There's a couple optional obstacles on the way up to the hot tubs. One is this little wall off to the left of the main trail. Another optional obstacle is again to the left of the main trail. It's this climb here we call the cowboy climb. If you are going to try the cowboy climb, you got to be careful. There's a hole right there where you turn off to the left. People sometimes drive into. It's right behind Pete there. It's called the Darwin hole. If you get a tire in that hole, it contributes to evolution. The cowboy climb is a fun one for me because I know I can do it, but it feels like maybe it won't.
Don't bail me now.
Oh, he broke something.
It's Billy Douglas in his CJ3A making the cowboy climb. That's how it looks from the seat. After the cowboy climb, you continue on up to where the hot tubs are. This is the first one. It's the easiest one. We call it the car wash. I don't know if that's what everyone calls it. It's the first hot tub that you come to. There's another one right next to it that's some people call the Devil's Hot Tub or the Big Hot Tub, and it's really too big and too deep for us. One other famous hot tub here on Hell's Revenge is Mickey's Hot Tub, which is down the hill a little further. That's the Devil's Hot Tub on the right. You can't really see much of it. I didn't get a good picture of it. After you pass Mickey's hot tub, there's this really steep descent here that's called the Dragon's Tail. These pictures really don't do it justice. Here's a shot looking back up towards the Dragon's Tail. Next up is one of the more famous optional obstacles on Hell's Revenge called the escalator. For our little Jeeps, the line on the escalator is to stay to the right a little bit. This day I drove up on here to look and see how much water was in there.
Done it with water before, Stan.
You climb this first wall, you want to stay to the right a little bit because there's a big hole that can get you crossed up if you stay to the right. Then when you're climbing the second wall, you need to go to the left because there's another big hole at the top of that that can get you in trouble as well. Just a shot from a different angle of my climb. Brian and Blueberry. If you get to the left like Brian did a little bit here, you get that right rear tire in that hole. Makes it hard to get up. So we just backed up and moved over a little to the right. It's Ernie Panetta. Here's Ryan Malek in his CJ2A. This is Ryan's first trip to Moab and his first time on the escalator. And he got just a little bit too far to the left.
Well, no, it's not the worst, but
Got that passenger rear tire in the hole.
knock him out of it, Bronx.
After a minute or two of talking about it, trying a little different things, Ryan decides to take a line. So Brian turns Blueberry around, and Alan, the real hero of this little transaction, walks the winch line down.
That's a fun obstacle.
Oh.
Peter in his CJ5 kind of does the same thing, only different. This time it's Fuzz Evans hauling the winch line down.
Stay in it. Stay in it. Stay in it. Stay in it. Yes. Woo.
Jesse and Sweep Pea decide to turn around and drive down the obstacle. This is something I haven't attempted because I hate driving down steep slopes, but Jesse makes it look so easy that I might try it next time. If you get too far to the left after the second wall, you can get your tire in another hole right at the top.
Go slow. Keep.
The best or easiest way to avoid that is to straddle that hole. But you can't see it. When you're down in the big hole with the water, you can't see the other hole at the top.
Quickly.
Billy Douglas sure makes short work of it. Here's the driver's seat view from Jeff's dash cam in Bam Bam. It's Jeff Petrovich, his 43 MB Bam Bam. Jeff's done this obstacle enough times that he pretty much never, on the X goes clear around the regular exit, he pretty much always just turns around and drives down it.
I don't think so.
Just another view of Jeff's descent down the escalator. There's Jesse in his second car, Brutus.
Hey, Jesse, you want some help or not? Jesse, stop. Jesse, you want some help? There you go. You got it now.
That hole at the top of the second wall gives him a little trouble, but finally works his way out of it. Dave Gonzalez ends up bouncing a little bit too far over to the left. You get in this spot, you can't really back up to correct, and you can't go forward.
Hold on 1 second, Dave.
So he gets a line out as well.
Hey, he's doing it. He's gonna hit in the hole. Oh, I was afraid of that. Pull him down.
There it goes.
That was pretty smooth. Butter. Oh, he gets a double pick.
After the escalator, you climb up this hill in the traditional way out of Hell's Revenge. You just climb up this hill and continue on straight, and you come to an obstacle called the Tip Over Challenge. But they've opened up in the last couple of years, they've opened up a new exit where you can turn left before you get to the Tip Over Challenge. That's what we're going to do. So you turn left right here instead of going straight, and you go down this little alternate exit. And you'll come to another big obstacle that's called the staircase. Pretty tight right here for, especially for big vehicles to get right around this corner. You can kind of see the staircase there in the distance that we're coming up to. One of the days we came up to the staircase, and this big Jeep was crossed up in there and burning tires and smoking and getting pretty tippy. So a bunch of our guys grabbed a strap and ran up there and put a strap on him and pulled him down. So he wouldn't tip over, and he got up and out of there just fine. This is my drive up the staircase. There's a hole right there you can get into. That's where that other guy got in trouble. I just kind of straddled it. Right there, Ernie gets into the hole, and it looks like he might need some help, and the guys start to run up to help him. But he managed to work his way out of it.
Then you avoid the hole.
You can see some of the guys avoided that hole by going way up high around it. You can tell this climb by Tim Cooper is on a different day because the shadows and the lighting are different. Almost looks like a different place.
Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce. Yep.
After the staircase, it comes out and back onto the same way that we came in on the big sandstone domes and fins, just going the other way. But there is another alternate exit. You can see down at the bottom of this hill, our group is turning right. There's another group coming down the hill that are coming from the main entrance. So we're turning right and taking the other alternate exit. This alternate exit comes out just below the dinosaur tracks that we stopped at the beginning. Once we got all the way out, we went over to the Baby Lion's Back. This is the end of the Baby Lion's Back where you can drive down off the end and then do a little loop and climb back up again. It's not a big deal or anything. It's just a fun little thing to play on for a bit. After we did the Baby Lion's Back, a few of us went over to Potato Salad Hill. This is my run up Potato Salad Hill. Many vehicles have rolled over and balled up on this hill. I think Alan was a little nervous. He forgot to put it in low range right here. Try low range, Alan. I noticed that. Then he made a super climb on up. That's the end of our adventure on Hell's Revenge and Potato Salad Hill. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Nice.